Hello and welcome back to this week's Council Way podcast episode. A special episode because we're all about the E3 announcement that just happened. I am your co-host, I'm your host Tong, and with me my co-host Neil and Ham. Say hello.
Hello,
Hi.
it's E3 season.
E3 hype,
Finally.
but it's not that hype as we will talk about it soon enough. So, as as you've already known from what I just said in my introduction, that this week or this episode will be talking about E3, everything E3. So, without further ado, let's just get right into our podcast. All right, so first reaction of E3 for me is disappointment, I guess. That's my that's my reaction for E3 this year,
I mean, that's fair. I completely agree with you.
right?
It was just a bit. Yeah.
Mm.
No
Ham,
Star Wars game.
I
no
think
Star
the
Wars.
saddest thing was normally E3 is associated with hype, and there was no hype.
No, literally none.
I think yeah, we'll talk about it more when we get to the games. The only big news I remembered was Elden Ring, but we already knew that it was coming. But
Yeah.
people were just waiting for any kind of review about it and the release dates. And that sad thing was that wasn't even officially E3. That was like the Summer Game Fest. You know.
Oh yeah, it got announced during the Summer Game Fest.
Yeah. So just a bit disappointing that we started off like that, and then what we saw eventually was just it was fine, but it wasn't like something that makes you go, "Holy shit!" And like the kind of like the reaction you see sometimes in some old videos where people like that's like all these people in the audience and they show this video and people they all just audibly gasp at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So we didn't have that kind of magic. Like so like I feel like the standard of E3 wasn't that good, but for what it was okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, like all of the and yeah, Sony was missing. Sony was missing there as well.
Yeah, I think you can feel it. Like I think that if there was um another big corporation with like all these games that they were advertising, it would have felt a bit better. Like it felt
Yeah.
that like it felt like after the Bethesda and Microsoft press conference, and you felt that like, oh, there's only Nintendo, and then like left who's like the big one. That's it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so
To
I
be
think
fair,
that's just the way to go now.
to
Yeah.
be fair, those didn't really have anything
Yeah, they
huge.
didn't.
No.
I
Neither.
think the weird thing is, I think the best conference though was definitely Microsoft and Bethesda, and I think purely because they were the only companies that took it seriously.
Mm.
Would you think so as well? Because I
Did,
felt
did,
that even though the games weren't that amazing, I don't think, but it was like
The
for what they were
presentation.
trying to do, the presentation they did everything that E3 would
Yeah,
supposed
yeah,
to be
yeah,
like.
yeah.
They showed gameplays of a game that's coming out, which is Halo
Uh-huh.
Infinite. They were kind of expanding it. They showed release date. They revealed titles that they're working on that will be coming out in the next few 2 years, a year, 2 time, and there were many of them.
Mm.
So it was just I thought that that conference was just a lot because at the end they were just recapping everything that they had, and I was like, holy shit, like this is a lot. And because now Bethesda is like part of Microsoft now, like Microsoft's conference has like beefing up quite a lot as well. So it's just like I think like they were like the only company that took E3 seriously, whereas other companies took it as an opportunity to advertise what they were doing at that time.
Yeah.
It's kind of like something like it was like they were like developing the games, and then someone comes up and they were like, "Hey, so what do you got on right now?" Well, I've got I'm working on some Mario and Rabbids,
ah,
the sequel. Okay, can you talk about it for like half an hour? It just felt like that for most of
Mm.
the
oh
other
yeah,
conferences.
yeah, yeah. Now that you mentioned it, it does feel like that.
But yeah,
But yeah, in terms of what games that caught your attentions. So for mine was of course Battlefield, right? Battlefield 2042.
2042.
2042.
I remember because I was like, wait, is it a 2142 reboot? I was like,
Yeah, no.
no, it's 100 years before.
Yeah,
So it's like 2042.
yeah. Like the whole squad is definitely coming back for that the Battlefield game, and then the second one, Elden Ring, of course, that we talked about, right? That was a big one. But the most surprised one that I found out was the Avatar game.
Oh yeah, the Avatar game. I
Yeah,
forgot
from
about that.
EA. Right?
Is there
EA or
any
EA or
hype
Ubisoft?
left, like for Avatar
Ubisoft.
at all?
Mm.
Like, are you guys hyped for Avatar? Because the movie's been out for like over a decade.
No,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not like just because it's been a while,
Mm.
and like the film was good and all, but I felt that the film was good because of they were like pushing all this like 3D stuff at that
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Like people went to watch it because it was a 3D like spectacle.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I felt. Like I wasn't like someone did a really funny video sometime like 2-3 years ago. He went around because that was when the Avatar sequel was announced.
Oh.
And he went around like LA asking everyone whether they can name so they asked us like, can you name the Avengers? Like 3 of them. And then they can ask, can you name the main character from Avatar?
Oh yeah.
And no one could. Like it was just one of those films that you watch and you kind of move on, but it's not something that you watch and you felt that, wow, that world is so profound. Like it was really profound for me. But
It was
like
Jake.
yeah, it is Jake.
It was
I think
Jake
it is Jake.
Sully.
Yeah. So I think that the game probably is probably an opportunity for them to explore the world a bit more. I think that would open more eyes, but for now, like I want to see how it is.
You know what? Thinking back, I was probably like 14 years old, and all I remember from Avatar was like, side boob, with that
Oh
nipple.
my god.
I only remember
Like-
USB connecting.
Yes, I remembered that too. Yeah.
And I was like, I was like, yeah, CGI. They probably won't put nipples on like a 3D models.
But yeah, anyway,
Those kids raging hormones.
Avatar. Avatar was the other game that's the big one, and then we got the Nintendo. Breath of the Wild 2. Mainly majority of the one I'm interested in, just majority on Nintendo. Breath of the Wild 2, WarioWare, Metroid.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that the problem about the C3 is that it's hard for you to watch this if you're a big fan of one game.
Yeah.
Because looking into perspective, the only fans that got exactly what they want and they had their call like answered, I think it's Metroid fans. Because I felt that Metroid fans have been very vocal about all these games. Like they wanted a sequel for a while now, and what I felt is like they were very vocal about this, and then once they announced it, like they were like the only subset that were like, okay, this E3 was the best because this is generally what they want. But overall, if you were a Nintendo fan, for instance, like it's kind of okay. Like some games are good, but it didn't blow your mind that much.
Yeah, it's only some specific fans, right? That blew their mind, like got their mind blown by the specific game.
Some fans, not some only fans.
Yeah.
Like for instance, so for me, like I'm quite into Monster Hunter these days. So I was kind of and obviously I'm a big Pokemon fan. So those are like the 2 games I was kind of waiting for. Got jack shit for Pokemon, like nothing at all. And Monster Hunter was not as like we had
It's
some
already
stuff about stories
yeah.
too,
The
which is
thing we
fine.
already
But then
known.
yeah, but then they didn't announce anything new for Rise. So I was like, from that perspective, I was like, this is shit. But just watching as a neutral, I was like, oh, it was okay at best. But
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
expecting something from Rocksteady in terms of like the Suicide Squad game or like the Gotham Knights or something like that. A little bit more. Like something
Wait, wasn't it supposed to be released this year?
No.
no, next year.
Next year.
Yeah. Next
see,
year,
I'm like,
yeah.
there's nothing on like that as well, or just like an interesting game that I like. Oh yeah, Breath of the Wild is interesting and all, but in terms of that thing that gets you hyped, very hyped. Like Resident
Yeah.
Evil 8, I was like,
Um,
oh, Capcom, Resident Evil 8 DLC. Oh, we've heard you, but then we are working on a DLC. It's just like fucking words on this game. Like, what the fuck is this?
It was there's nothing that blew our mind. There was things that we could either they told us before
Mm.
or things that we can kind of tell what's coming.
Like expecting to come.
Yeah.
What about you, Ham? What is your any favorite games from the E3?
it's really sad when the most memorable thing you remember from E3 was Verizon talking about 5G,
Oh,
mobile edge computing, and network slicing, and how it could benefit your household.
oh my god.
Guardians of the Galaxy initially kind of piqued my ears a bit, but it didn't get
Ah.
me hyped. It didn't get me hyped.
Oh.
Because it feels like Mass Effect with a Guardians of the Galaxy spin,
Oh yeah.
Mm.
I see
and
that.
there wasn't anything particular that makes me feel like, oh shit, I need to play this game.
Yeah.
There's some sense that this might be in the same universe as the Avengers.
Yep.
That was my only question. Because
Go on.
yeah, because it's also by Square Enix in it.
Yeah, it is.
So
they haven't confirmed it or even deny it. So I think that they're just gonna do it and then leave it for what it is. And if it's very, very successful, I think that they want to open up that opportunity without having to do like, oh, okay, like we said that it wasn't, but now we want it to be. So what can we do? I just think that they're in two settings which are so far away from each other that they don't have to say anything about it.
yeah,
But if somehow it found success, then they can always do something because they've got like all the models like created, and all the characters. It will be quite simple, yeah.
Yeah, because the style is very similar ish.
Yeah.
So that was the only question.
I think the really alarming thing I think is that for fans who didn't play any Avengers, who only heard criticisms about this.
Oh yeah.
Because they saw that it was like the same company. They thought it was actually just another Avengers spin-off game.
Spin-off.
And I think the problem with that was that when people saw it, like the first reaction was that, oh, well, wait, I still remember Avengers was a really, like not so successful game, and that perception that carried on a lot into that. Like it wasn't until they were like, hey, this game is purely single player. It's not a live service game. Like they had to throw that out, and it was like, it's like this is its own game. Like you play as some Star Lord. That was when people were like, okay, this is interesting, but it wasn't like, holy shit, we wanted this game, because I think people were just a bit burnt out by that, by the latest superhero game by Square Enix, which is a shame.
They did talk about the Avengers a little bit, and then and then one of the interview questions was like, "Oh, it's like, can you give us any update on Spider-Man?" And they were just like, "Yeah," and they were just like, "Yeah, we're working on it." Yeah, didn't really give us much.
Yeah, so this is something that I found really interesting as well. Like they could have showed something for Black Panther, but then I felt that maybe they just want to save it for their own stream, where it's their actual fans who are coming in to watch, which I think is what a lot of companies are doing for their press conferences as well. Because, like for instance, just think of example, like okay, Monster Hunter, like they didn't show much for Rise, but they don't have to, because they can always do another one next month, which is for Monster Hunter fans. But this one is like the PR, where they're like, hey, this is what we're doing, if you want to come and play with us, like come and try out our game, just come ahead, like we have all this content. So yeah, it's a shame. I think that if they had like a proper like war table or something, like in the E3, yeah, that would be good. Because I think the biggest problem people complaining about this E3 is that there's no gameplay. of anything. It's just
Oh yeah.
Halo.
Because it's Microsoft. Like Microsoft were
Yeah.
like they got their projects right about like I think people just wanted to see what things look like because they want to use E3 as
let's just
they're
be
like,
let's be considerate as well because it's COVID, so probably they
Oh, yeah.
want, you know, like, oh, we are developing it, but you know, we're like still at a phase where we're not ready to show what it looks like yet, just in case, you know, it changes. And
yeah. I think that's definitely the case. Like I'm not saying that they like that's not an excuse at all. Like obviously a lot of games have been delayed and there's been difficulties developing. I'm just saying that's what people were expecting, which is a bit of a bit of a bad thing for E3 in the first place. Like they were coming in with a big disadvantage to overcome because people were because don't forget, like it was cancelled last year as well.
Yes.
So people were like, you know, they were like, we need that hit, you know, that like excitement, which like not a lot of people get.
But you know which one is always consistent all the time? It's the announcement of Just Dance 2022. Right, Ham.
Yes.
With your
nails,
nails, hair, hips, toes.
No,
Oh, no,
it's head, shoulders, knee, and toes. I don't know that who.
But that's the thing. That's another example of a game that is you can't expect it to be there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so no one went. Like no, I don't think anyone actually went. Like, oh my god. They'll be like, oh, that's good. You know, I'll get that.
Good. Like I know now. Like, you know, there's a new one. When is it coming out? That's all. I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
But you can also be participating in one of his music video for nails, hair, hips, heels.
Todrick Hall.
Yeah, Todrick Hall.
Yeah. Yeah. So just overall, it was kind of okay, but I do want to say though, like Nintendo's one was probably what I was most invested in because I've generally been a Nintendo fan for a while now. So I was watching with Dong live, and I think we did enjoy the experience a lot.
We did.
Because
where was the invite?
What?
Sorry.
Where was the invite? The invite. FOMO.
It was Nintendo stuff though.
Just kidding. Go on.
But yeah, the first one that came out, like I was quite excited, was the new Smash Fighter review. So Kazuya from Tekken. That was pretty hype.
Oh, he literally did a Infinity War meme. He literally threw everyone out from the cliff. like Thanos to Gamora. So instead he does that all to the Smash character. He just threw them all down.
Pretty crazy.
Like, I'm sorry, little one. I'm sorry, little one. And just drop them down one by one.
But yeah, like speaking of the Nintendo conference, like because I own a Switch and I play a lot of these games, like they announced a lot of games that's coming out in the next few months, which I'm genuinely excited about. So obviously we know about the golf game. They're having like a spin-off, like not spin-off, but like a new Mario Party game.
Oh yo,
which is a remastered of 5 old maps they used to have with old mini games, which is guaranteed to be good because those mini games are actually genuinely really fun.
Yes.
Yo, you know, all I wanted in this lifetime was Wii Sport to come back in some shape or form.
I mean, let's think about this.
Yo, this golf game reminds me of the Wii Sport for golf.
I mean, you can do it on the Switch because of the controller itself. It's like motion. But think about it in another perspective, right? Like for itself, the Wii Sport was very hyped up. It was one of the most hyped game for that console because of the way it's doing its like, you know, new stuff like that, how the way you play games.
Yeah, to be fair, it's been more than a decade later. We had the Xbox Kinect, we have PlayStation Move, we have the Oculus, we have all these amazing VR and AR games, but nothing beats Wii Sports.
But the amount of games you can play in that Wii Sport is very limited, right? There's only what, like bowling, boxing, golf.
Yeah, but it's nostalgia, like the way you
I know,
control.
yeah,
Like, it was so damn easy. Like VR is so damn realistic to a point where it's not fun to play anymore. Like you hit something with a racket off in a weird tangent, you're fucked. But then, like on a Wii, you could just swing it left and right, and it would just hit. Like it was fun. It was a game for everyone. You can play with all your like family and friends. It's like you have 4 friends over, perfect. You know, kind of vibe. Yeah, I mean, okay, cool. Like Mario Party is cool and all, but like nothing beats like trying to slap each other with like a Wii mode, like on a tennis court.
My God. Okay, I guess I agree with that then. In terms of if they were to bring back a game, I guess that would be hyped.
It's a very simple game to bring someone to play for. Like if someone comes in, I was like, oh, what's the Wii? And then you like, hey, can you give me 20 minutes? I'll give you. Oh, okay, like this game is the best showcase for the console. It's not a game like a proper game, but it's a showcase game.
And you know what's funny? Fun fact: back in 2019, I stole one of my friends' Wii console.
Oh my God.
And
oh no.
And because none of our TV has like composite input anymore.
Yeah.
I can't play. And he left it at my house, and he only took it back today, which is coincidentally very weird that we're having this conversation. But yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, the new TV doesn't have it anymore, right? In terms of like those cables and so on.
Anyway, yeah. Speaking of Nintendo games, there's one game that I've been waiting for the Switch for so long. And it's WarioWare.
Yes.
Yeah, like ever since the Switch came out, I've been waiting. I've been like, there should be a WarioWare game. And if you don't know, WarioWare it's like a series of mini games, but like
fast paced.
It's a very quick time game. Like it lasts, like each game lasts for like 10 seconds or even less, and then once you finish that, it transitions straight to the next one. And it's like something simple as in like something ridiculous, like as we saw in the trailer, like there's like this dude, like topless dude, and then you have to pull out all this like armpit hair with your controller. And you do that and you're done, and then you move on to the next one where you're inflating some balloons or something like that. I thought that concept was just so simple that they should have done Switch, and when they showed it, I just lost it. I was like, this is what I want for so long. Like it's so fun to play.
Yeah, I'm currently lacking in the game of to play multiplayer like couch co-op with like last night I played Unrailed again, so it was like a good laugh. And revisited Mario Party was actually quite fun to play in a while but not play often. Like I forgot that there's a rhythm game in Mario Party.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I totally forgot about it, and then revisiting it again, I was like, oh, it's actually quite fun.
My girlfriend likes the rhythm one more than the proper Mario Party game.
The party game. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too long.
It is too long.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole point, right? It's like playing Monopoly. You're playing a board game. You're playing a board game, and you're like spending quite a lot of time, amount of time investing in playing that like round of game.
Yeah.
Like no one has time anymore. Come on.
People are very impatient.
Yeah.
Wii Sport.
Yeah, see, hop in, hop out, or Just Dance. Just Dance.
Just Dance.
Yeah. So Ham, any so you're just disappointing overall, right? In terms of
even Fallout London didn't hype me that much, but even though it's like the perfect setting.
Oh, what?
That's a mod,
DLC.
though,
Yeah, that's a mod
it?
DLC. Yeah, mod DLC.
So it's on Bethesda. It's just a mod made by a fan.
Yeah,
so
it's like
official.
But someone's been doing that for like a long time. So it's like an actual
mod
what? DLC. Yeah.
For what? Like 76?
No. Fallout 4. So you can
4.
Yeah, Fallout 4.
So right now there's actually someone who is actively remastering Fallout 3 on Fallout 4.
Mm.
But he's like doing this, like it was like 2 people or something, but like they've been working for so long now, like they haven't got, like I think they've like the game is so big, but like it's like a big project, and like Bethesda hasn't really done anything to it, which I'm very surprised about. But yeah,
What's your kid's name again in the game? Sean.
yeah, Sean, yeah.
Sean.
Was it?
I forgot, but no,
Right? Was
Fallout
it Sean?
4.
Yeah, Fallout 4. Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Now
wait.
I want to try it in Fallout 4 VR.
Oh, sorry. Fallout 76 did continue, like they did have some news.
Oh yeah, they did.
They have, yeah, they're like doing like the next like DLC pack, which is free, by the way. And but
Of course.
actually I don't know if it's free or not, but the next one, which they were kind of advertising, which made people very excited, like they were showing the city of Pittsburgh. And if you've played 3, you know like one of the DLCs, the Pit, which is very, very fun. Like you basically going to like Pittsburgh, and it's like very fun to explore. And when people saw it, I think for a second people freaked out because they thought that, holy shit, they remade Fallout 3.
Yeah.
And then they realized that it's actually an
It's just
add-on
a
to
DLC
76.
add-on.
And then I was just like,
the freaking debate.
yeah.
We know the way you put that story. It was like everyone's like, "Oh my god, are we getting Fallout 3?"
Yeah.
Oh god damn it! Yeah, it was just 76.
It was like everyone's reaction were like, holy shit, and then they were frozen on that screen of like the Pit. And then people started to realize, like, wait, this is still the 76 trailer. Like it was like coming soon to 476, and people were just like, oh fuck. Oh, it's just a shame.
But yeah, all right. Let's go to kind of the closings section of our podcast this week. In terms of overall, what would you give E3 this year, Mew? Out of 10.
I'll give it a 5 because I really want to give it like a really low score, but I did enjoy that. I enjoyed some parts of it. Yeah. I think like that's the best way for me to say is I felt lukewarm the whole event.
And what will be your best conference from that E3? Which company?
I think Nintendo.
Okay.
But but Microsoft and Bethesda is a close second.
Yeah. Okay.
And everyone else is like a very far away. Like
yeah.
Ham,
to you, what would you rate this year's E3 out of 10?
I don't think I've seen enough of VO enough to rate it anything. All I can say the winner for me was probably Verizon.
Oh.
Alright.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tong, I remember you mentioned to me that Razer did their conference.
Oh yeah, I was gonna mention that later on.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
I'll get to that.
Please.
Oh my god, it was
sorry.
It was so funny. It was so freaking funny. It was such a meme. But yeah, all right. I'll rate this E3 for me a 4. Yeah, 4 out of 10. And the best conference would be definitely Nintendo. Even though I liked Ubisoft. I like Ubisoft for some reason. I don't know.
What did Ubisoft come with?
What's the Razer event?
Far Cry 6. Oh, so wait, hold on. Far Cry 6, Ubisoft. Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Valhalla is gonna carry on for 2 more years. And then
DLC?
Yeah, DLC wise. Yeah, 2 years.
They're gonna do okay.
And then Just Dance. And then the Avatar game.
Were there any? I heard that there were gonna be not in E3, but there's gonna be updates on Watch Dogs Legion.
No, I didn't hear anything on that. Oh,
I thought
there's a also the what's it called? What do you call it?
Oh, you were the only one who bought the game out of the 3 of us.
Watch Dogs?
And I played it once and I haven't touched it since. Because the game always crashes whenever I play it.
Yeah. Well, and then talking about Razer, then let's go on to Razer quickly before we end this show. Is that they were ultra fast, ultra powerful, ultra slim, ultra ultra something, ultra like everything they just put in front is just ultra, and it's just whole ultra cringy. That's what I'm gonna say. Like like literally, we made this laptop so powerful. It's going to revolutionize the way laptops are made. It's like this. We're bringing back the 14-inch, this ultra slim, ultra powerful, and then they have like 6 different form of ultras, and they go into each section, like like literally it was just dragging on, and it's just when is it ending? It's like ultra powerful. We're talking about ultra powerful because we have the best quality CPU right now on state in this laptop. It's like, and the new screen for Razer is also a little disappointment, even though it's like 4K and it looks cool, but 165 hertz, but 27 inch.
Would you say it was ultra disappointing?
It was not plus ultra. It was ultra disappointing. Yeah.
Ultra cringe.
And they showed their mask, the Razer mask, the filter, like for face mask.
This is such bad timing.
I know. And they said that people are they're like, for us to meet demands, we're going to be launching this in our next quarter. I don't know, and by then people will have vaccinated twice, and then hopefully the world's going back, so there will be no point to wear the mask again.
Like, didn't London just announce it's fine? Even though there's a new variant in London now,
it's
but like
people in the not saying anything because I don't think it's a bad thing at all. Like I totally understand. Like people in the West are not gonna be open to wearing masks again after the vaccinations. So I think it's definitely bad timing.
Didn't New York just lift like all of the regulations and declared victory?
Probably.
I know most. I think I know that most states have.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that like LA or like New York or such have yet.
So
I know
it's probably gonna be a fashion accessories.
Yeah, but it looks like it's not something you want to pay money to buy to have it. Like if you're given for free, then yeah. But if paying, not really. Like, yeah.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. It doesn't look good.
No.
I don't want to be.
It looks like Bane. It looks like gay Bane.
Oh my god! Is it because it's RGB?
Yeah.
It's like Pride Bane.
Yeah, Pride Bane.
By the time I've seen light, I've already become a man.
I'm one with Heimdall.
Oh god.
All right. Okay. I think that's it for this week. Our E3 review. Because we want to keep it short and just go through all the necessary point.
There wasn't much to talk about. Maybe next year, but this year's
not much to talk about. But we have to do it for E3, And anyway, thank you for watching this week's episode of Council of Way podcast, which is a special edition for E3. For now, I'm your host, Tong, and with me, my co-host, New and Ham, have to bid you bye-bye. And we'll see you on our next episode of Council of Way podcast. See ya. Bye-bye.